Hey everyone, it's Cherise. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're doing part 2 of things that I'm struggling with as a Christian. If you haven't seen part 1, go back and watch part 1 so you get a little caught up, get a little, you get into the tea a little bit. And if you have seen part 1, welcome back. Let's get into it. So the first thing we're going to talk about is how I'm struggling reading my Bible every day. Reading my Bible daily is such a struggle for me because one version that I can't read, and I feel real crazy reading it, is the King James Version. I feel crazy reading that. I'm like, thou art not, thou art so. I'm like, huh? What? So when I read the Bible, the current Bible that I have, let me show you. So this is the current Bible that I have. I've tried to make reading the Bible as fun for me as possible, so that way I want to continue to read it, and spend time in His Word, if I'm honest. This is a big book. It's pretty, but it's a big book. And right now I'm reading the book of Proverbs. So if I go to Proverbs right now, I have a bunch of stuff highlighted. Let me show you my highlighters. It's these cream highlighters from Amazon. I'll leave them linked in my bio. I try to make everything fun and exciting and stuff, but this is a really big book for me. And I'm new to the faith, and that's a struggle for me, reading my Bible every day. So something I've been trying to implement is using my iPad, using the Bible app, and sometimes reading the daily scripture. Another way that I try to make sure I incorporate the Lord in my day is I listen to podcasts. Right now I'm listening to 2 podcasts. The first one is Soft Life Through Christ, and then the next one is Saved Not Soft. Love them both. Love it. Reading my Bible daily is a struggle for me, but I'm trying so hard to stay persistent. I can spend hours on these apps that are doing nothing for me, but in terms when it comes to spending with God and reading my word, stuff that will fill me daily, I'm fatigued and I'm tired. Make it make sense. It doesn't make sense to me. That's something that I'm struggling with. I'm being open and honest. I'm confessing it to the world. I'm struggling with reading my word. But the Lord has given me strength and He's helped me. He's guided me through it. I have some accountability partners right now, and I love it. I love that we're all holding each other accountable for reading the word daily, spending time with God daily. Love it. Definitely would advise, if you're struggling with reading your word, spending time with God, to get some accountability friends, accountability partners, whatever you want to call them, All right, let's get into the next one. So I'll say the second thing that I'm struggling with is spending time in His presence, aka quiet time. I struggle a little bit with being still and just dwelling in His presence and meditating in the moment. After I spend a moment in prayer, sometimes, I'm not gonna say all the times, sometimes I just sit there and I try to soak it in and see if the Lord is gonna speak to me. Recently, I've been having a hard time just being still. I've been having such a hard time just being still. I go to the gym 3 days a week, on top of me going to church twice a week, on top of me trying to spend time with my boyfriend, spending time with my mom and my friends. That's a lot. Where's my quiet time? Where's Cherise time? Where is that one-on-one time with God? Where is that self-care day? It's non-existent right now. It is non-existent. And that's because I've been having a hard time being still. Right now, I'm tired. I don't have the energy to do so much. I'm really trying to push myself into getting back into working on music and writing songs. But recently, because my mind's just been on go, 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 and I haven't been able to sit still, I haven't been able to write anything. I just wanted to confess it and say that I'm struggling with, the Lord has helped me with it, and yeah. The last thing for today's video that I'm struggling with, and it is probably the hardest thing that I'm struggling with, is saying no to things I used to say yes to. Whew. For context, I'm talking about when I'm invited to parties, when I'm invited to concerts of artists that I don't listen to anymore, but I used to listen to them. Like, I used to heavy listen to them. This is such a struggle, and people don't talk about it enough, okay? It is not so easy to just be like, nah, I don't want to go see such and such now all of a sudden. But just a couple months ago, I was like, yeah. I just made up a melody, but you get what I mean. It's hard to say no when you're used to saying yes, especially in regards to things that you thought were fun before you dedicated your life to Christ. It's hard to say no to things that you used to do. It's a struggle because sometimes you lose friends behind it because people are like, oh, you changed, oh, you switched up. Yes, I did change. I'm no longer the same. I'm not how I used to be. This is a brand new Cherise. So you gotta get used to it, okay? Part of that change is cutting out certain types of music that just don't feed my soul anymore. But I also will admit that there's this one song that gets me every time. It gets me every time. Every time the beat comes on. It's like, That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say, That's all I'm saying. If you know, you know. If you don't know, I'm sorry, but I'm not singing the whole song. So just know that song right there, anytime that song comes on, I have to fight hard not to sing that song because the beat is catchy and the girl's flow is phenomenal. So I'm just like, this is me singing it in my head. Yeah, it's just that one song that gets me every time. There are some artists that I really like. I really loved their music at a point in time to where I would go hard. I would be like, nah, we going to this concert, and if you know, you know. But I would just go hard for certain artists, and now I'm just realizing, like, no, you're talking about altars, and like, oh, I can't. And it breaks my heart because I now have to say no to something that I used to say yes to. Saying no to parties and like going out with your friends that still do that stuff. It's hard because now it's like you feel like you're missing out on all the fun and you feel kind of left out. Or because I choose not to do this with you guys, I feel like we don't hang out. It's such a weird cycle, and it's such a weird, I'll say a weird season, especially when you're new to the faith. It's such a weird season to be in. I love the peace. I love the peace and the comfort that comes with knowing that I'm trying my hardest to live like Jesus did. I'm not gonna be perfect, and neither will you. But as long as we try, we keep taking that one step forward, even if it's a little change, and just give yourself a pat on the back. But I feel like this ties up everything that I'm struggling with in this current season, which is why I wanted to do a part 2, because this one I wanted to get a little bit more in depth. I hope that this video encourages you to take the baby steps that are necessary to live a Christ-like life and get you a strong community and a strong support system that will help you through this journey, because it's not easy at all. You may lose friends, you may lose relationships, but in the long run, you'll gain so much more. You'll gain so much more. So I hope this video encourages you. I love you. Thank you so much for spending time with me, and I'll see you in next week's video. Bye.